spending the time to then learn finances and how to do the finances, the ins and outs of the finances for the business. My name is Stephanie Kelly and I am the Chief Operations Officer for Results Story. I just came into the company as a fresh start. My first job, so to speak, was to organise all of the data that we had in the business, and that included the financials, which for me, I do have a very organisational mind, but I do not have a background in finance, and I'm not 100% sure on the do's and don'ts of kind of doing the finances for a concrete business. So it was very hard for me to even know where to begin in terms of what I should be doing for the finances for the business. I did download Xero and stared at it for a good few hours, just trying to figure out where to start I knew the numbers that I needed in order to make the decisions that I needed, but I did not know how to turn the raw data that we had into the reports and the figures that I actually needed in order to make decisions. I would say time was a huge issue for me. Taking on the role of operations manager and kind of having a whole new business to learn, spending the time to then learn finances and how to do the finances, the ins and outs of the finances for the business, was a huge pain point. And having to learn the stuff that I didn't necessarily need to know, because we were eventually going to hire a bookkeeper, and it's kind of, I didn't need to know everything, I just needed the end result. And I kind of needed someone to help me get to the end result, and I didn't want to spend my precious time kind of learning a financial system. I just kind of needed a plug and play option. The options we were looking at before going with Bean Ninjas was kind of just hiring a freelance bookkeeper to help us set the whole thing up. The issue with that was, one, it was very hard to know if they were in line with the kind of business methodologies that we were running our business through. So we actually wanted to run our business through the profit first methodology. And we didn't know if just a bookkeeper that we hired off some kind of freelance platform would actually have the background knowledge to help us implement that kind of methodology. I think one of the big wins, and when I knew that Bean Ninjas was the right choice, was when they started creating a custom spreadsheet for me to give to my subcontractors in order to track the exact metrics that we wanted to track. So this is our first month with proper financial data, and it is a game changer. There's a night and day difference because we actually have the figures to base decisions off of. So for me, it's just made decision making so much easier because we have the numbers to play around with. When we have ideas, we can take a look at the numbers and see, does this work? Do we have it in the budget? Could we project this in the future? There's no longer guesswork, which I really love. If you are looking to consolidate your finances and have some really good data on how your business is doing and what your profitability is, and you want all of the reports, but you don't want to do the work and you don't want to spend the precious time to put all that together, or even if you're just at the start of the journey of putting your finances together, I would 100% recommend Bean Ninjas. It made such a difference, and I cannot even compute how much time it saved me.